Alright guys, thanks for stopping by old SmokinSteve's. Today we're going to be working on a big green egg. I'm going to show you how to get set up for a low and slow smoke. We're going to light the coals. We're using lump charcoal. We're not doing briquettes. Old SmokinSteve doesn't use briquettes. We want to use the lump charcoal. I'm going to show you how to get it lit and damper control to get it about between 225 250 using the top and bottom dampers. It's really important that we want to creep up on this temperature. We don't want to overshoot. If you overshoot, you're in for a long day. To get it back down, it's going to take a long time because these Kamados, these ceramic Kamados, really hold their temperature really well. So it's really important to try not to overshoot, and hopefully we can accomplish that today. We're going to be going out here to the grill and show you how it's done. Okay guys, here's what we're going to be using to get our fire started today. It's just a little starter square. Some people use Weber cubes, some people use paper towel soaked in oil, olive oil or something like that to get her going, and some people use a chimney, but I like to get the fire started and let it creep up to temperature. I don't want to start out with some big roaring fire. That's not what you want. You want to creep up on your temperature because you don't want to overshoot. And what I'll actually do is break one of these in half, and I'll generally use just half of it for a low and slow to get it going. Now if I'm going to do a hotter cook, maybe some steaks or burgers or something like that, I'll just go ahead and use the full cube, full square. Then if I'm really in a hurry, I'll throw two in. So you know, there's no right or wrong way. I'm just going to show you the way I do it, and you can go from that. Okay guys, here's the large big green egg setup we have for today. We're going to get set up for a low and slow smoke here, and to begin with, this bottom damper down here, we want to go ahead and open that up all the way. We'll shut that screen there. Okay, so that's open all the way, and this top damper up here, well, we'll just take that off to get her going when we first light it. And I already put the lump charcoal in here, and as you can see, it's almost to the top of the firebox. Okay, and I haven't placed my wood chunks in here yet, but I'm going to do that and show you how you would put those in there for a long smoke. Okay guys, I got some hickory wood chunks placed throughout the fire here. You want to spread them out and you know, put them down underneath the coals a little bit. The coals tend to ignite downward and then spread out during the cook, so hopefully you can keep smoke rolling for quite a few hours on a long cook. And guys, I normally fill this fire bowl up and keep that level up there when starting the fire. You know, you can't put too much in there. I mean, fill it up, and if there's coals left over after you cook, you just simply shut the top and bottom damper, and those coals will go out, and you can use them for the next cook. So let's get this thing lit, and I'll show you what to do. Okay guys, let's get her started here. We got half our cube. We're going to go ahead and put that in the middle. Just kind of shove it in there a little bit. Okay, then what we're going to do is give her a light. We got both dampers wide open, and we're going to leave the lid open for a little bit. So we're going to give it a starter or light, and what we're going to do is take a few pieces, kind of place up here on the top of that, kind of make a little teepee, whatever. You don't want to lay it right on the cube and take a chance of putting the fire out. So just let that burn for a little bit. Then we'll be getting it set up for the smoke and shutting the lid. So we're going to let that burn, and we'll come back to it here in 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, guys, it's been lit here now for about 3-4 minutes. We're going to go ahead and get it set up for our smoke. We're going to put the plate setter in and the grate, and let everything get heated up, and we're going to try to bring it up to temperature between 225 and 250. So let's go ahead and get our plate setter set in there. Okay, and we're going to put our grate in, just like so. And I got an ink bird here that I'm going to monitor the grate temperature with, as well as the dome temperature gauge. So I'm going to clip that right in here like that. And it's important that you, when you're smoking, that you put everything in here after you first get it going a little bit. Put everything in there that you're going to use in the smoke so it can all heat up together. If you get it up to temperature and then start adding stuff, it's going to drop your temperature way down, and you're just going to have to build it back up. So go ahead and put your stuff in there, and we're ready to shut the lid. Okay, we're going to monitor the temperature. We got the top damper off and the bottom damper wide open. So we're going to let it sit here for a little bit and watch the temperature, and then we'll start dialing it back as we get close. Okay, it's been 5 or 6 minutes, and we're already up to 180 degrees, and looks like we got some heat coming out of there along with some smoke. So what we're going to go ahead and do is put that top damper on there, and just leave it wide open. So I went ahead and put the top damper on, and got the big slider all the way open, and we're going to let that get up to maybe 200 or so, and then close that, and then we'll start dialing it in with our smaller wheel. Now if you notice here, we're going to be doing low and slow, so the screw here wants to be towards the front of the grill, so that when you open the lid, that wheel doesn't slide around on you and change positions. So that's pretty important. So let's let her get a little hotter here, and we'll come back to it. Okay, we're at 207 now, and I went ahead and shut the big wheel on the top damper, and got fully open on the small wheel. And the bottom damper, I went ahead and closed that about halfway. So we'll let her get a little closer, and we'll close her down even more. Okay, it's been a few more minutes, and we're up to 225 now. The temperature's been climbing really slow, so that kind of tells me that we're pretty close to damper settings, but it still is climbing. So you could smoke at 225. I generally smoke at 250, but anything in between 225 and 250 should be golden. What we're going to do now is close the dampers down just a little bit more, and see where it settles in at. One thing about it, if you see the temperature dropping, you know you went too far with the dampers. You need to open it back up a little bit. Or if you see that it's getting too hot, you just need to close the damper down a little bit. And what we're going to do now is just close that bottom damper, and we're going to leave the top damper wheel wide open like this. So I'm going to go ahead and close that bottom damper half again and see what happens. It's been 2 or 3 more minutes, and we're up to 235 now. So we're still in smoking range, and it is climbing really slow, so we're really getting close. But seeing how it's still climbing, we're going to go ahead and crank that bottom damper down just a little bit more and see what happens. If the temperature starts dropping, we just open it back up a little bit. There we just went up to 237, so we're still climbing. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust that bottom damper. Okay, it's just been a few more seconds and we're up to 241. I went ahead and closed that upper damper about halfway, so it's not open very much. And the bottom damper, as you can see, is not open a whole lot. So we're really getting close to getting her dialed in here. So a couple more minutes. We're setting at 248 now, and the top damper, I went ahead and closed it a little bit more. And the bottom damper is not open very much at all. So we're really getting close to 250. I'm going to go ahead and crank it down just a little bit more. And if we start to drop temperature, I'll crank her back up a little bit. So guys, this isn't rocket science or anything. You just need to watch your temperatures close and adjust your dampers accordingly. So we're sitting at 248 right now. I'm going to go ahead and tweak it down just a little bit more and see if the temperature drops. If it does, I'll open it up just a little bit. We got her dialed in. It's been bouncing between 248 and 250 for several hours now. And here's a snapshot of the top damper. That's what we wound up with at 248, 250, and holding steady. And the bottom damper looks like this. So guys, as long as you bring it up low and slow and stick with it, and make your adjustments slow, and watch your temperatures, see if it's going down, see if it's going up. If you need to get it hotter, just open the dampers up a little bit. If you need to slow it down, close them up a little bit and ease on up to temperature. Now one other thing, when you open the lid and go to put your meat or food on, whatever, that temperature is going to drop, okay? And no fears, don't go adjusting your dampers and messing with that. It'll climb back up to temperature when your food starts heating up. So don't be adjusting anything. It'll come right back to where it was. So guys, give me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe. We got a lot more coming down the pike. We got some reviews coming up, some product reviews on the accessories, and some third-party reviews. And we're going to be cooking up a lot of stuff, smoking up some stuff. So be sure to hit that bell for notifications. See you on the next one. Thanks for stopping by.